Hello, we have a new craft kit that I'm handing out. It's a watercolor craft kit and it uses our black velvet again, prints. These things work really nicely with the marker pens. They also work really nicely with watercolors. Makes it stand out, look special. The kits that you get comes in a little baggie. There's a little cup with the paint chips in it. And it works on the basis that with watercolors, if you start out and the paper that you're painting on is already wet, when you add color to it, the colors are going to blur and blend and make really interesting patterns. So that's what we're going to start out doing. I'm just going to put a little bit of water in my little cup here. I'm not measuring. Turn that down a little bit. And I'm going to paint the paper with water. Your paint chip will start dissolving. Don't wait for it to dissolve. Just start getting that paper wet. Be careful, don't scrub off the black velvet though. You want that black velvet to stay. You can get it wet, just don't rub it too hard. So I'm getting the paper wet all over before I start adding any color at all to it. Okay. And now this one, the water has sat in there for a little bit, so the paint has started to dissolve. And when I touch it to the paper, see how it spreads out? It starts flowing and spreading out. Sorry, the light's not real good for this in here. But I'm just gonna kind of dab the color on. If it's not dark enough, go in and stir it up, break up that chunk of paint a little more until it's dark enough to suit you. And again, I'm not trying to get this to be even the same amount of blue all over. I want there to be dark spots and I want there to be light spots. That's okay. And you can go over it a couple times. Try not to scrub because you can actually scrub a hole in the paper, which is not the goal at all. Okay, so I've gotten the blue spread out. My next color, I'm going to do some purple. I don't have a chip for it. I'm just going to get it out of the tray. And I'm going to use this as kind of a border. And I'm just going to go around the edge and just kind of dab some around the edges. And if it's still wet, it's going to be blurring and blending. If your paper has dried off, go back and get a little more water, dab it on top, okay? Don't worry about it. Mine is still fairly wet. And I'm just going around the edges. And again, this isn't something you measure with a ruler or have to get exactly even. I'm just trying to get a little bit of contrast, that's all. I'm going to let this dry, and when it's dry, you can stick that in it's a postcard size. You can mail it to somebody, or you can hang it up and keep it forever. When they're wet, of course, the paper is going to be curly. Once it's dry, you can put a book or something on top of it and press it flat to get it the way you want. But that's all there is to it. So I hope you try one of these kits and have fun with it. Thank you. Bye.